Okay, so welcome back once again, guys. Now, in this lecture, I'm going to talk about Kafka cluster setup. So, see, guys, there are multiple ways by which you can do a Kafka cluster setup. So, maybe into a local system, or you can try to use a managed cloud platform. Now, so people generally ask me a question that which is going to be a suitable option for me. So whether I'm supposed to do a Kafka setup into a local system, so maybe into a Windows machine, or maybe into a Mac machine, or maybe into a Linux machine, or shall I go ahead with the managed cloud platform, maybe Azure, AWS, or GCP, or maybe do we have any other options? So that option I'm going to show you in this particular lecture. So let's try to understand. So here, just go to Google, go to Google and try to search for Confluent Kafka. Now, Confluent Kafka is a managed cloud platform, so which is known for dedicated Kafka cluster. So here you will be able to get even a free credit of $400. Obviously, you have to add a card in a beginning, but yes, you will be able to get a free credit of $400 as well. And setup is pretty much easy. So you just have to go click create a cluster, inside a cluster create a topics, and then you will be able to connect programmatically with that Kafka cluster. So let me show you that setup approach, and then in our upcoming classes, obviously I'm going to show you that how you will be able to create a producer and how you will be able to create the consumer. So here, just try to click over here and click on start for free, and just go ahead with the Google sign up. So here I'm just trying to do a Google sign in. Okay. So my account is already there, by the way. So I have already created an account and I have already done the experimentation. So now it is not going to ask me for a card because I have already added my card over here. I can't show you that information, but yeah, even if you are going to add your card, if you are not crossing $400, so in that case, they are not going to charge you anything. So you are not supposed to worry about anything, by the way. So here, just come to your environment, and from this environment, so what you can do, you can try to click on maybe a default, and then from here, so you will be able to click on add cluster. So by the way, this will not be available. Yeah, this will not be available. A cluster 0, which you are able to see me inside my system. So it will not be available by default, but yeah, so you can go over here, add cluster, and then try to select a first one. I think this one is one of the cost effective, and I think it's more than enough for you to do any kind of a setup or to experiment any kind of a Kafka things. So here we can try to name this cluster as maybe Euron underscore cluster cluster, and then you can try to click on launch the cluster. It is going to take some time. Yeah, it is going to take some time, maybe like a couple of minutes it is going to take, and then it is going to set up your entire cluster. Yes, it is going to set up your entire cluster. Now, once this cluster setup is done, so maybe you can try to come to this API key option. So again, we have a networking over here. So all of this IP address is basically whitelisted. And here, so cluster is available over a public internet so that you will be able to access it from anywhere. There is a API key option. And here, so you have to go and you have to create an API key, because this is important. This is important for you to connect with your cluster. Unless and until this API key is not available, you will not be able to connect with your Kafka cluster. So just try to click on create API key. It's a easiest step, and click on my account, by the way, click on next over here. And then this is a key and this is a secret which is given to you. Now, try to maybe like give some sort of a description. So Euron key KFK Kafka, and then download and continue. Now, once you are going to download it, it is going to give you a key detail as well as it is going to give you the server detail. So as you can see, so this API key which is required, this API secret which is required, the resource is required, and this server detail is required. Yeah, this server detail is basically required. Now, if you have all of these information, you will be able to connect with your Kafka cluster, and you will be able to create a producer. You will be able to create a consumer. Not just that, I would say. So yeah, this is something which you have to keep it with you. Yeah, this is something that you have to keep it with you. As simple as that. Now, so you can try to come over here, and then you can try to check a cluster setting as well. So whatever default setting which has been given to this particular cluster, so you will be able to find out. Again, you will be able to find out a bootstrap server, a REST endpoint detail over here, and then maybe you can try to like change this particular name if you want. I'm going to cancel it. Plus here we have something called as topic. So I can come over here and I can try to create a topic where I have to store a data, where I have to store information. So basically topic is nothing but just a name that we are going to give so that we will be able to send our data to this particular topic. So maybe I can try to give test as a topic name, and then I can try to start sending our data. So create with a default partition is equal to 6. If I want like a less partition, so I can try to choose that option. I can even try to click on this advanced option, and then I can try to change all of these settings. So I can just try to click save and continue, and here, so it will end up creating my topics, as you can see. Yeah, so this is the topic that it has already created, and whatever I'm going to produce, right, whatever I'm going to produce, I will be able to see all of these messages over here. As of now, it is showing me that my topic is empty because I have not produced any kind of a data. But obviously, very soon I'm going to show you in our upcoming lecture that how I will be able to produce a data to this particular topic, and then how I will be able to consume this data, and then it's done, right? Because roles and responsibility of this entire Kafka is nothing but produce and consume. So basically it's a messaging system, and yeah, so I will be able to do that. Apart from that, so inside this Confluent Kafka, you will be able to see a couple of more options like a table flow or maybe a connector. So where you will be able to connect with the multiple services, which is already available out there in this entire world. So they have given you enough number of connector, by the way. So you will be able to connect with any of these services, and then you will be able to, stream a data, as simple as that. So maybe you can try to connect with the S3 bucket, step by step. And again, these steps are pretty much very simple, right? These steps are actually very simple, which we all are going to explore in our upcoming classes. Simple. Yeah. So hope all of you are able to create a Kafka cluster. Leave the setup. I don't want this one as of now. I will learn, maybe I'll need this in a future, not now at least. So I can try to, create a cluster, and once my cluster is up and running, if my cluster is ready, it's done. Yeah, it's done. So fine guys, with that, thank you so much everyone. Take care and see you again in my upcoming lectures.